So we started C3 almost 9 years ago. In the first few years, we were just trying to figure out how to do this. And we made a lot of mistakes, basically running a church out of the back of a pickup truck. But we started to gain some traction. God brought along the right leaders and people started to flourish. The church started to grow in a healthy way. And this allowed us to start looking ahead instead of just looking down. So a couple of years ago, we started asking, what do we want to look up in a few years and say, with God's help, we were able to accomplish this for His kingdom? And so the idea of Roots came about. We wanted to be the kind of church that Jesus is talking about in Matthew 18, the church that pushes back the gates of hell. We wanted to be rooted. And so we started talking about roots in 3 ways. We thought, well, God wants us to really focus on building up the body and equipping disciples to do the work of the ministry. So we talked about a stronger foundation. And then we thought about our city and how we wanted to see the gospel call people into Denton and not out of Denton. So we started talking about having a deeper influence. And then honestly, we just wanted to see more people meet Jesus. So we wanted to have this impulse where we were starting new stuff, where we were multiplying. So we called that Wider Reach. And these just became shorthand for what we wanted to see God do at this church. Stronger foundation, deeper influence, and wider reach. And you know what? People got generous. God did work. Here was this little church of about 120 people at the time, and our budget almost doubled. We were able to hire a parish coach to help build our stronger foundation to serve our small group leaders, our parish leaders. And we got this amazing permanent space right downtown. It's almost like God is building this campus downtown, right in the heart of our city for the deeper influence that we wanted to have. And then we started a college ministry for that wider reach piece. All of that happened because we wanted to get serious about the kingdom. And it's been super encouraging. And that's us just reaching 70% of our financial goal. So many people participated, so many people committed, and you know what? So many people have been transformed through this. And some of us had trouble keeping our commitments, and we were still able to do that much. So I want us to see how faithful God is. So now what? We're at the halfway mark, and to me, it's time to press in, to keep going. God is still growing roots in us, and He still wants to do all of this through us. So this next year, we want to put a special focus on discipling children by making a key hire to oversee C3 Kids. We want to invite both men and women to be discipled in our equipping residency. And we want to establish C3 as a force in the area of orphan care and use our building to bless the city. And we want to make significant steps towards church planting. Imagine a network of churches about the size of C3 spread throughout the greater Denton and Cook and Wise counties. And what if instead of waiting around to get big enough to plant a church securely, we just believed in a big God by taking the risk and planting the gospel in these communities? What if people moved from C3 into these cities to take the gospel there? That's where all of this is going. We are not going to stop growing roots. I don't think we realize the impact that we can make for God's kingdom. But here we are. We've already seen the beginning of what God can do. If you committed and gave the past year, stay with it. Keep trusting God with your finances. If you committed and you didn't keep it for whatever reason, even if it's a bad one, just hit reset and finish strong with us. His mercies are new every day. Don't let shame or embarrassment keep you from participating in God's mission. And if you weren't here and didn't get to jump in when Roots began, you can start with us now. It is always the time to grow gospel roots because the gospel is alive and bearing fruit. So join me in doing what we set out to do at the very beginning. Let's pull together to show the beauty of Jesus to the heart of Denton.